Hello, this is Solomon Davis, Right Side Trader. Today is May 4th, 2024, and this is my weekly market review. Now, we started off in the black there. I hope that's going to be okay for some of you guys. I forgot to share my screen. But this is all about seeing what's happening in the market and planning what's going to happen in the next week or so. Again, this is all for educational purposes only, no trade recommendation, because as we all know, trading is risky. You can lose money at trading. So please check with your financial advisor. Please check with your significant other and make sure trading is something that is suitable for you. All right, let's jump over here on this quarterly chart and see what's happening. Maximize, resize, and zoom in a little bit. All right, this quarterly chart, the Russell has been struggling again, backwards struggling again. The Russell always struggled to seem like that go move in the last couple of years to move up. All of last year, it was a very slow move to the upside. Starting off this year, it did try to make, it's making, well, it's at beginning of the year, it's a yearly high, but it's happened here in this first quarter, and since then it's pulled back, and it's trying to push back to the upside. It's fighting some areas from a couple of years ago, since we had that big pull down on the Russell. The Russell is the only one that hasn't made all-time highs like the other indexes. So the Russell is the big boy though too. The Russell is the Russell 2000, IWM. So it is a whole lot more stocks that are equally, I think they're equally weighted too, somewhat, compared to the Nasdaq. The Nasdaq, the weighting is a little bit different. I'm not sure about the SPY and the Dow. But the Russell is a tough one to actually move, and a single stock in here is not going to move the whole market like you can do, and like the top 4 or 5 in the Nasdaq can be moved by those stocks and all. But let's move on. That's enough about talking about what the indexes are. You can study that on your own, or contact us here at Right Side Trading. Contact me, and we can discuss that even more if you would like to. All right, let's drop down here to the monthly chart. On the monthly chart and all. The Russell, like I said last month, this is May. These are the first few days of May. Is this the first few days of May? And this is April. So this is the first few days of May. We are turning green. We're still above the 10. The moving average is beginning to point back to the upside, and also we're still in a bull market. Look like we can form a bullish harami, a bullish engulfing, whatever it may happen to be. I'm not sure. I don't think this low is as low as that body low. So, but the Russell is going to have a hard time just breaking this top, which is around that 210, 211 mark. But and we're on the pivot. For this quarter, we started out above pivot and we came under pivot. So I do kind of expect by the end of the quarter that we will be back up here near these highs, these yearly highs. But we got to kind of like wait and see. And that's all I can see here on the monthly chart at this time. We are going in the right direction. We did come down to a support 1 level and bounce like I kind of expected. Now the question is, can we get above pivot here in the next couple of months and get back close to, an R1 level? The Russell is not like the other indexes. Every now and then it gets to an R1 level, but the last quarter of this year it didn't. Let's see if this second quarter of this year, can it get above this high and get closer to an R1 level for us bulls. But let's go ahead and take a quick look at the weekly chart and see what we see there. On the weekly chart, zoom in a little bit here. We had that bullish harami and all. And we did get confirmation. On the Russell did give me the full confirmation that I like to see. I like to see that next weekly candle above the pattern candles and all. And these are the pattern candles, this red candle and the green candle. And we actually got to close above that. So I do kind of expect the market to actually go a little bit higher from here. But we do have a lot of red headwind. I call it headwind, these red candles here, in order for us to actually maybe just reach an R1 by the end of the quarter. And we're going, why is these candles? This is the month. This is the end of the month. So come May, these are my monthly candles. These are my monthly pivots. May, we're going to be opening above pivot and see if we can make it all the way up to an R1 like we usually do in a bull market, like we've been seeing here recently, except for last month. But last month we kind of opened above pivot, got below pivot, and stayed below pivot. So this month we're going to be coming up. We're going to be above pivot, see if we can stay above pivot and at least reach R1. We got a whole month to make $6. So it can be kind of volatile to get there, and it may not stay there, but we got to kind of like wait and see what actually happens there on the Russell. The Russell is a different animal and all. But let's go down to the daily chart and see what we see here and see how this past week kind of played out. The Russell did kind of like the same thing. This week we started up here. It kind of finished off an evening star, come through, no kind of follow through for confirmation of that evening star. I'm looking at this candle, and this candle, and then you would expect a follow through, and I didn't get it at all. I almost went kind of really bullish and then came down, and then the next day it just gapped up and then gapped up again. So the Russell is looking very bullish at this time, like it does want to go up. We will be opening again, like I say, even for the week, we're going to be opening above pivot. We're right around a resistance level that I have marked for the Russell. So we're going to be pretty close to that. So it's going to be kind of volatile and all. And let's just see what's going to happen here next week on the Russell. But that's it. That's all I really want to share. This is Solomon, Right Side Trader. Hope you guys had a great week. Hope you guys having a great weekend. And I'll talk to you next week. Have a good one. Bye.